Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to be talking about Ray today. If you were lucky enough to get her in the Champion Chase Tournament, congratulations. She is an amazing champion. We've got her here on a team for Dragons. We're going to run through this. I've got her spec so that she can do Dragons, be your campaign farmer, do Ice Golem, and have a lot of fun with her in Arena, and I think that's where I like her best. So here she has, for Dungeons, a 33% increase in speed. That's amazing, and that is a crazy amount of speed. It goes off of base speed, so if you have 100 base speed, you get plus 33 speed. That's a lot. Always use her as your lead if you can. We have Ithos in here for an AoE weaken to help feed our Whisper to do more damage. So two real YOLO heavy hitter damage dealers here. We have Kale to make sure that we kill the boss, get the poisons up. We have Apothecary to help us out. Now we're bringing Ray in as our primary decreased defenser. She only decreases the defense on her A1. Her A1 is AoE. All of her moves are AoE. A1, A2, A3. Her A1 has a 50% chance to decrease defense of 60%. Very strong. You want to have that in anything you do in the game, to the boss, to the waves, to anything. But she only does it on her A1, and she's our only decreased defenser here. So I want to make sure she can function in that role and do a really good job for us, and we don't need to bring anybody else. Let's run it and see what happens. Her A3, which we're about to see, removes all buffs from the enemy and then has a 70% chance to freeze each of the enemies. There we go. We got 3 out of 5. Great. Super strong in Arena. Crazy strong in Arena. Her A1 right here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the decreased defenses up. We got really good numbers there, really good odds. Now, she won't do her A2. Her A2 is just an AoE and does 50% more damage if there's a debuff up. You'll notice it because it's like a splash hit. It comes down and then it goes out like a splash. She won't do it unless everybody has decreased defense up, but that's fine. We want that decreased defense up. We'd actually prefer that than worrying about doing a little bit extra damage with her A2. There's her A2 right there. You just saw it. So now we need her to... This is kind of a fragile team. We need her to come back around and do her A3. We need those freeze back up, and it would be good that if Apothecary buffs here, she's going to remove all buffs and then get the freeze. I don't know if we're going to be fast enough. Let's hope, because if she gets hit right here, she's pretty much dead. She's very, very fragile. Wow, Whisper is bringing it. Whisper is bringing it in. Let's see. Whisper, stop it. Okay, we're not going to... Wow, we're not going to have to... Come on, what is going on here, guys? What is going on here? This is not a Whisper video. Wow. Okay, well, she would get back around to her A3, remove all buffs, and then 70% chance to freeze. Now, we do need her to bring a decreased defense here. So we need that as quickly as possible so we beat the boss faster. Whisper is off the chain right now. This is not a Whisper video. We got resisted there. We've got a lot of accuracy in this build, so we're waiting to get that decreased defense, and then we can really do some damage with Whisper, Ithos. It'll help us out so that we get the boss below these thresholds. We got poisons up though. Like I said, Kale's here, so we're backed up. Now I've done this run many times already, and I've come in here to where she's done the decreased defense right away. So right now we're just having bad luck. It's 55% chance, so it can happen. Sometimes you hit the odds, sometimes you don't. But she's phenomenal. I'm telling you right now, she's great. And Whisper's just stealing the show. I don't even know what's going on. I think we got some cheat code. There's some cheat code going on. What is happening, Whisper? Anyways, this is not a Whisper video. But as you can see, if you have Relentless Gear with Whisper, she can do crazy things. But it's for an in-game toy. There we go. Decreased defense. Thank you so much, Ray. Now, Ray is pretty fragile. She might die here. This is insane. I've never seen this happen before in any video I've recorded. If she would stop, we could start to watch what Ray is going to do. So we're all doing damage. We're going to win by the... Yep, we lost a couple people. We're going to win by the poisons easily. Not a problem. So Ray carried us through this, I would say normally in my videos. But as you can see, Whisper didn't want that to happen and stole the show. Don't worry, we're going to take her into Ice Columns. We're going to take her in as a farmer. We're going to do some more things to show you how amazing Ray is. Let's get into that. That is crazy. Let's get into campaign. So you want to use Ray as your campaign farmer. 12-3 campaign farmer, not a problem. I always get about 10 seconds, never over 10. If I do unlimited frames, I get 8 seconds to 9 seconds every time because we do the same thing every time. A3, A2, right there. A1, it's not enough to kill, but we're fast enough to do it again. A1 again, bam. Always 10 seconds if you're not unlimited frames. If you're using unlimited frames on your PC, it's going to be about 8-second run every time, all the time. So she's good to go. So we do have her built again for so many different things in the game right now. We're going to go over her builds for that. Let's get into Ice Golems first so we can show her an Ice Golem and see what she can do here because I feel like we didn't get a chance to show everything in Dragons yet. So she's really good for your team to be able to come in here. Okay, I was running. Scratch that. We start all over. We didn't have her in here. We took her out because we were doing the Ice Golem tournament. Okay, here we go. We'll move her in place of Kymar. So we're going to hope, I hope that when the Terror Beasts on wave 2 try to buff up and put the Reflect up, that she'll be able to remove that buff on her A3 and then do the freeze. What she should do, but she might go faster than them, so she might just try to freeze a whole bunch of them and do damage. I mean, she does a massive amount of damage on that A3. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that she'll remove everything, have a chance to freeze them, right? It's wild. It's really wild. And do a massive amount of damage. So right now we've got everybody frozen. We're not really worried about much. Now when we get to the boss with her, what's she going to do? Especially on somebody like this. Well, it could be dangerous. She does all her 3 skills do AoE. We don't want to bring the Ice Golem boss down below those thresholds. Have him hit us when his side minions are up. Because each minion that is up, he ignores 50% defense. So if Ray brings him below a threshold, he hits us while both minions are up. He's going to hit us and ignore 100% defense. So it's going to be a really big hit. So we don't want that, but it's okay. We've got Madam in here, which does decrease attack of 50%, which you see is already up on the boss. As long as we have that, we'll be okay. Plus, we have a pretty solid team. So really, all in all, if I brought Ray in here with a whole bunch of rares, we could do a 7-minute run, and that would be the whole video. We could do that. Ray could come in here with somebody like Gnarlhorn that would kind of off tanks for her, do some provokes, or somebody else that could be our main tank like Seducer with low HP and high defense, Avoid. But that's a really long video just showing that. Trust me, Ray is really good. She's really good as your lead, which I forgot to put in here because I was just switching them out. You saw it in the Dragons. Super good as your lead to bring up your speed so you can 2-turn the waves so they're 1. She's got that. It's on a 6-turn cooldown once booked out, but it does so much. To remove buffs, to freeze, and to do massive damage, it's insane on an A3. And then her A1 is really good. AoE, being able to AoE on the A1, decrease defense by 2 turns and a 55% chance because we're getting 5 more from Masteries and support. There we go, 1 minute and 57 seconds, not even on unlimited frames, which would speed it up. Pretty good. I know we're in a crazy team right there, but really I want to get to Arena. She's great. You saw what she can do in campaign farming. You saw what she can do in Dragons, and we really didn't have a lot of help. We just had an insane Whisper go off on us like 100 times. Really crazy. This is a Whisper video now. But we're going to get into, let's look at what she can do, then we're going to jump into Arena real quick. Well, let's look at what I have her with. So going over here to Ray. Here's how I have her set up. We've got her in a lot of accuracy gear and just a mixed match piece. Basically speed crit with a little bit of, we got accuracy here, I think. No, not there. Speed crit and attack percentage, which you could go HP percentage if you felt like she's too weak. For sure go HP percentage. And then we have critical damage, attack with HP substats. Sorry if I'm going too fast. And then attack. And then, of course, we have accuracy. We have accuracy on her. So her total stats are 34k for HP, 2,000 for defense, which she has crazy high base defense for an attack class. Like crazy high. 215 speed, a little low for what I want her at. 100% critical. So we can crit, and then 208 critical damage. Pretty low, but we've got 360 accuracy, which we're going to need for Arena. That's why I want it there. And then let's go over Masteries really fast. So Masteries, you can do a lot of things with her. If she does AoEs on all her skills. So if you want to run stun artifacts, if you are toward end game, you're running stage 20s, but you can't just, you're right at the place where you can almost pass all those stage 20s without problem, but you're having a little bit. You're having maybe like a 10% fail rate. Well, then you can load her up with stun artifacts and she can get you through the waves no problem. Then when you're at the boss, you know, you'll have a little bit of help with decreased defense, but you'll need to make sure you kill the boss. But to get through the waves, she can definitely do that. With her A3 already trying to freeze people, with her doing AoEs, you could go stun artifacts. If you did that, you might want to come down to Fearsome Presence. Give her an additional 5% chance to freeze, and to give your stun artifacts an additional 5% chance to stun. Nothing wrong with that. This, I have it kind of for Arena and for PvE, for dungeons that I'm running. That way if she gets hit, she has a chance to counterattack. When she counterattacks with that A1 that has a chance to decrease defense. This is what you see all the time in Arena. Counterattack right here. You see these exact same moves. Really good for Fire Knight as well to get those counterattacks in. I did have 2 extra left over, these 2, so I put them in here and in here. Now I do have decrease AoE damage for her. I like to get this one so we have a chance to remove a debuff. I want additional accuracy because I really want her to be able to, I didn't want to make her full on DPS and ignore what she does, her mechanics. and get those resisted all the time, I want to take advantage of that. They are really strong, really powerful, and I want to use her in dungeons. I might want to use her as a farmer, and then I want to be able to bring her into arena, so I want to have it all. So here we have additional accuracy, a lot more accuracy, 20 accuracy on the first move, which will be her A3, and then we actually get 16 more, so 36 extra compared to added on to what we have right now. Then Evil Eye, I love to have Evil Eye. Dropped her turn meter by a little bit. It's only 5% since she has an AoE on the first A1 move. Additional 5% chance is what I was talking about earlier to place that decreased defense on our A1, and then plus 50 accuracy. A lot of people do this. Plus 50 accuracy is a major thing in arena. When you're up in the top platinum arena, you got to make sure your things land, because on the flip side of that, they're going for plus 50 resistance. So you got to make sure you have high accuracy. This works out best for me. If you wanted to make one that is your farmer, say you get a Ray early game, like really early game, and you want to put her in lifesteal gear and get War Master for her, that way she heals even more anytime she procs War Master off that lifesteal gear, then do it. She can be your main farmer then. She can pretty much run the show, right? Get everybody through everything as long as you're bringing in a Kale for the boss or something of that nature. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. If you want to kick out some more damage with this, or you want to go Helm Smasher for some surprise extra damage, you can. But for what I have her built, I've got her set up to where I can easily take her into high-end arena, platinum arena, to where I can take her into. I'd like more accuracy than she has right now for platinum, but hey, I'll have to switch around some gear and really look through some things for that. I'd also like her speed up, and I definitely like her accuracy up. But that's okay. For what we're working with, we can do this. Again, Masteries, it's your choice. There are a lot of things you can do with her Mastery. This is what I went for. And then I do have her fully booked out. And we did talk about this 60% decreased defense, attack all enemies. I talked about if they have a debuff on them, inflict 50% additional damage. I will say that Arcane Wave here didn't seem to hit much harder than Banish. I feel like Banish is hitting just as hard, and it's amazing ability. Attack all enemies, remove all buffs, 70% chance to place a freeze for 1 turn. In Arena, if you can get this on everybody, it's really hard for them to recover from that. Super hard to recover. And then we've got that crazy good aura. All right, let's get into Arena, and we're pretty much done then. We've shown everything that she can do. Of course, I feel a little bit bad because we got so much help on some of those runs, but here, we're almost going into Plat, and I wanted to find, this is a perfect team. I really hope this Roshguard is super fast. I really hope he's fast and puts up block damage, because I want to show you something interesting about her that you might not know about. So to do that, we need to go a little bit slower. Let's go here, slower, and we will bring in Gnarlhorn. There we go. We got an AoE provoke in Gnarlhorn. We'll bring him in. So I'm really hoping he goes before us. Let's see if he goes before my Ray. Come on, Tower. Because what's really interesting about it is that on her A3, though, and you got to be careful about this, from what I've seen so far, and we're about to test it, is that the order of events of how she does her damage and removal and then freeze is that she does damage first, so he's still going to block damage, which really surprised me. I just got her, just leveled her up. I've been playing around with her. So she'll do damage first. He's got block damage, so they're not going to take any damage. Then she'll remove all buffs, and then she'll do the freeze, which really surprised me. I thought, especially since it says attacks all enemy, removes all buffs. Well, I guess it actually says it in that order. It does say attack all enemies. It does say then remove buffs, and it does say then freeze. So let's see what happens. That's what happens. So those are the orders of events. So just make sure you're aware of that when you go in there, when you go to fight. Because if she did it the other way around, if she removed first on this situation and then hit them with damage and then froze them, she'd be doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So they kind of get away. Roshguard is really good against her. Yes, she can still freeze you. She can still remove it and freeze, but she's not going to do any damage, so that's really good. Let's do an AoE provoke, and then let's put it on auto, see what happens. So pretty crazy. So if they have shields up, think about it this way. If they have a massive amount of shields, if you go up against a Mountain King, which is not good because she's weak affinity to Mountain King, or anybody else out there who has a lot of shields. Say they zone in with like half shields. Now remember, when she attacks, they're gonna absorb that damage through the shield. Then she's gonna remove the shield, and then she's gonna freeze them. So it's not as amazing as I thought at first. The order of events, right? It would be much better if she removed that shield, removed the block damage, then did damage, and then froze them. So pretty wild. Wow, he got his block damage back up again pretty fast. So this one's carrying on much longer than it should be. Let me make sure that our Madam or Ray can, yeah, here we go. We'll drop this down and get some damage going on so we can get on to another battle. But she's still so amazing in Arena. That A3 is really, really strong. Really strong. The ability to remove any kind of buffs, to 70% chance to freeze each of them and then do massive amount of damage is really fun. And we're going to bring a Madam in here so we can drop. We're not even going to worry about, I just wanted to show you that. I'm glad I could show you that because it will make a difference on how you approach different teams when you go in there to fight them. Now we're going to go in here and just try to do some damage with her. Now we're just going to drop, we're going to use our Madam. Let's go into this one. Yes. Use our Madam here. We're going to speed up a little bit to make sure we go before them. We're going to bring an Arbiter. And we are going to drop everything down, decrease defense with Madam, and then we're going to hit him with the A3 here. And I'm going to have to manual it because Madam will not do her A3 right away. She won't. Unless they have a lot of buffs up. So now we're going to try her. Let's see. We could get a 50% additional damage. But again, I feel like this move hits just as hard as Banish. But at least we get a chance to freeze here. 70% each chance to freeze. Let's see how many we can freeze up and how much damage we can do. Look at that. Massive amount of damage. And we froze the other two. To where she missed her. Lysandra missed her turn. And now also Tormund is also frozen. I was going to make up a name for him. But I won't say what I was thinking. So we'll keep him frozen. And we're going to remove this hopefully. Nope. And we're just going to beat him down. And we'll be done. Come on, Tormund. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, this takes a while. Okay, now I need the manual so that Arbiter doesn't get my whole team frozen, and this just takes forever for no reason. All right, we have coverage. Let's go. So I love Ray's an amazing champion. Ray is a fun and amazing champion. If you have somebody like Lanicus, if you have somebody like Longbeard to bring her in first, say you have a really fast 300 speed Lanicus. Lanicus is going to pull everybody in to do their A1, which means that Ray's going to do her A1 that decreases defense on everybody, AoE. So you get a chance right away with a really fast Longbeard or Lanicus to come in there, and decrease defense. And then Lanicus increases turn meter as well, so you get your turn faster, and then Ray can come right after that and pop people, remove whatever they have, do damage to them, freeze them up. She's pretty exciting. I really like her whole kit. She can do a lot of damage. And if you're lucky enough, to get her early game, you're going to do a lot of amazing things with her. Let's see what we can hit for. This time, let's use Arcane Wave and see if it does. I really didn't pay attention before. Okay, it does a little bit more. But again, it wasn't like a crazy amount more compared. So, I don't know. It's up to you what you want to use. Obviously, you want to use Banish because you have a chance to freeze somebody. But if you don't need to worry about freezing anybody, then you can go ahead and use the other one. Let's go see if we can freeze him. Nope, he tried to counterattack though, and he was scared. He tried to counterattack, and he was scared to do it. So that's it. I mean, that is Ray in a nutshell. 9-second campaign farmer, 12-3 brutal. She can get you through anything in the game and be your main decreased defense, To lower the defense on the waves, to lower the defense on the boss is what you need to speed things up. You don't want to be sitting there forever and trying to attack a boss without 60% decreased defense. You don't want to do that on the waves either. She has control in there, and then if you wanted to set her up in different artifacts, you can. And then if you want to set her up like I have, it's really good here too. But remember, here's another good example. Remember, if Duchess has Veil up, Duchess passive makes it so we do less AoE damage. If Duchess gets her Veil up, which this one is really slow, like my Duchess just did, and then if his Ray tried to hit me right now, she's going to do damage first, so my people under Veil are going to take 40% less damage. I think it's what the passive is. That's a lot less damage from AoE, but that's the way it'll happen. She'll do 40% less damage AoE because she's not removing the buffs first. She's doing damage first, and then she'll remove the buffs, and then if she does remove it, if she's successful in it, then she'll try to freeze people. So just be aware of that. That's all it is. No big deal, but you just got to make sure that you know that you're not going to do a lot of damage. And of course, we're going to do a little bit less damage AoE anyways because of her passive, Dutch's passive over here. But it would be a lot less if she had him under Veil. Okay, this freeze isn't going to matter. He's going to come out of it because of his passive. But let's try to get him down really quick. We'll just put it on auto. Should be fine. Oh, get him. Get him before it. Nope. Get him before he does share damage. Nope. And now Duchess she's going to bring some people back. Do we have anybody that can stop this really quick? This is why you don't auto. Everyone. Okay, we've been pushing back the turn meter a little bit. Looks like we pushed it back again. Okay. The share damage is making this take a lot longer. And, of course, her counterattacking and putting up shields on herself. Let's go. Okay, good. We got it. So that is Ray, everyone. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you enjoy Ray? Do you have Ray? Do you want to have Ray? What kind of build do you use her? Do you enjoy my build that you can use it for pretty much everything in the game? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all on a video soon.